Listen to me. The first thing you got to understand, if you're ever going to train your mind to be calm in every situation, is this: you can't waste your energy on stuff you don't control. That's where most of us lose it. That's where most of us break. You're stressing, you're panicking, you're overthinking, not because of what's happening, but because you're trying to fight battles that were never yours to fight in the first place. You trying to control people's opinions of you. You trying to fix situations that are already out of your hands. You're holding on to outcomes that were never in your control from the jump. And when you do that, you drain yourself. You rob yourself of peace. You give away your calm. The truth is, calm doesn't come from fixing everything out there. Calm comes from fixing the way you see it. Calm comes from shifting the focus. You got to ask yourself in every situation, can I change this, or do I need to change me? That question will save you. That question will protect your peace. Because when you focus only on what you can control, you stop bleeding out energy on stuff that's beyond you. See, storms are going to come. People are going to betray you. Circumstances are going to hit you when you least expect it. But the storm isn't the problem. The betrayal isn't the problem. The circumstances aren't the problem. The problem is what you let it do to your mind. The problem is how you allow it to take you from calm to chaos. The truth is, storms don't decide how you feel. You do. Situations don't decide if you have peace. You do. And until you own that, until you stop blaming what's outside of you and take responsibility for what's inside of you, you'll never have calm. I need you to hear me. You can't change the fact that people are going to talk. You can't change the fact that bad days are going to come. You can't change the fact that not everything's going to go your way, but you can control how you respond. You can control the words you speak to yourself when it hits. You can control if you breathe through it or break under it. You can control if you let it steal your calm or if you stand unshaken in the middle of it. The real power is not in stopping the storm. The real power is standing in the storm and not letting it move you. Calm doesn't mean life is easy. Calm doesn't mean everything's perfect. Calm means when everything around you is shaking, you still got an anchor inside you. Calm means when the noise is loud, your spirit stays quiet. Calm means you don't waste your mind trying to fix what you can't fix, but you double down on what you can. And that's what separates people who crumble from people who conquer. Some of y'all fall apart at the first sign of pressure because you never learned this principle. You can't control people, but you can control your patience. You can't control the outcome, but you can control your outlook. You can't control the storm, but you can control your sail. And that shift in focus, that's where calm is born. So the next time life comes at you, I need you to stop for a second. I need you to breathe. I need you to ask yourself, is this mine to carry, or do I need to let it go? Because calm is about letting go of the weight that isn't yours. Calm is about focusing your energy where it matters most. Calm is about refusing to be a victim of things you were never supposed to manage. Don't let situations dictate your spirit. Don't let people's chaos become your chaos. Don't let what you can't change steal what you can. The calm you're looking for has been in your control all along. And the moment you stop fighting battles that don't belong to you is the moment you win the one battle that matters most. That's when you rise above. That's when you stand strong. That's when you finally learn to be calm in every situation. The battle you're fighting every single day is not out there. It's right here in your head. That's why some of you can't stay calm. It's not because of what's happening around you. It's because of the way you're talking to yourself when it happens. Your mind is loud. It's racing. It's negative. And that voice is shaping how you feel, how you react, and how you move. If you ever want peace, you got to learn to master your inner dialogue. You got to learn to speak to yourself in a way that brings strength, not weakness. Most of us don't realize how much power our words hold. When pressure comes, when challenges come, we start feeding ourselves the worst thoughts possible. We say, I can't handle this. It's too much. Why me? What if I fail? What if this doesn't work? And the moment you let those words roll through your mind, you just gave away your calm. You just fueled your fear instead of your faith. You let your inner voice create chaos before the world even had a chance to. You gotta flip it. You gotta train yourself to speak life when everything around you is speaking death. You gotta train yourself to speak peace when everything around you feels like pressure. That's the difference between reacting and responding. When you react, you let the storm control your words. When you respond, you let your words control the storm. I need you to start paying attention to the conversation you're having with yourself when things go wrong. Because the truth is, that conversation is either your weapon or your weakness. It's either building your calm or destroying it. The words you choose in those moments matter more than the situation itself. You can't control everything life throws at you, but you can control the story you tell yourself about it. And that story will either make you fall apart or make you stand firm. When the pressure hits, don't feed your fear, feed your focus. Don't say, I can't. Say, I can figure this out. Don't say, it's too much. Say, I'm built for this. Don't say, this is the end. Say, this is the beginning of something greater. Those words may sound simple, but they're not just words. They're anchors. They keep your mind steady when the waves start crashing. Think about it every time you've broken down. It wasn't just the situation that broke you. It was the story you told yourself in the middle of it. Every time you gave up, it wasn't just because it was hard. It was because you started convincing yourself it wasn't possible. And every time you've risen, every time you've pushed through, it was because you decided to speak differently. You told yourself, I'm not quitting. I'm not folding. I'm gonna get through this. And that voice carry you through what should have crushed you. That's the power of mastering your inner dialogue. Calm doesn't mean there's no pressure. Calm means you learn to speak to yourself in a way that makes pressure powerless. Calm means you choose to tell yourself the truth, that you are capable, that you are strong, that this moment will not define you unless you let it. You got to become intentional about this. Don't just let thoughts run wild in your mind. Train them. Catch the lies before they take root. Replace the doubts with declarations. You can't be casual with the way you talk to yourself because casual words create chaotic minds. But powerful words create peaceful minds. And I promise you, once you master this, life will feel different. The same situations that used to send you into panic won't move you the same way because your words will keep you anchored. You won't be tossed around by every storm because your voice inside will remind you who you are and what you're capable of. The world may never stop testing you, but you can train your mind to stop betraying you. And when your inner dialogue becomes your greatest strength, you'll find a calm that no outside chaos can ever take away. The reason so many people lose their calm when life comes at them is because they never learned the power of a pause. You move too quick. Something happens and you react without thinking, without breathing, without slowing yourself down. And that's when you say things you regret. That's when you make decisions that hurt you. That's when you let emotions run the show. But if you ever want to train your mind to stay calm in every situation, You got to learn how to breathe before you break. Breathing is not just about air going in and out your lungs. It's about control. It's about giving yourself a moment to respond instead of react. When the pressure rises, that one deep breath can separate the person who breaks down from the person who breaks through. That one pause can be the difference between losing yourself and finding yourself. Most of us underestimate it. We think calm comes from fixing the outside world, but calm comes from slowing down the inside world. Your breath is the switch that moves you from panic to peace. When you take that breath, you interrupt the chaos in your mind. You stop the spiral. You remind yourself that you are in control of how you move, no matter what's going on around you. Think about the last time you lost your temper. The last time you panicked, the last time you made a rash decision. What would have happened if you stopped for 2 seconds, inhaled, exhaled, and let your spirit catch up before your mouth opened? What would have happened if instead of letting the fire inside you burn everything down, you let one pause put it out? You know what would have happened? You'd still have your peace. You'd still have your calm. You'd still have your power. See, calm is not weakness. Calm is strength under control. Anybody can explode. Anybody can lash out. Anybody can lose it when things get tough. That doesn't take discipline. That doesn't take training. But it takes strength to stay composed. It takes strength to breathe when everything in you wants to fight back. It takes strength to stay silent when everything in you wants to shout. It takes strength to stand still when everything in you wants to run. You got to understand, composure is not passive. Composure is powerful. The calmest person in the room is always the strongest because they're not moved by the noise. They're not controlled by the chaos. They're making decisions from clarity, not confusion. They're moving from wisdom, not impulse. And that only happens when you train yourself to pause, to breathe, to slow it down before you let the storm inside of you run wild. Life is going to test you. People are going to push your buttons. Circumstances are going to come fast and unexpected. But when you breathe before you break, you remind yourself that you are not a slave to those moments. You're not at the mercy of what happens. You are in control of your state. You are in control of your response. You are in control of your calm. And I need you to practice this every single day, not just when life is easy, but especially when it's hard. When you're stressed, breathe. When you're anxious, breathe. When you're angry, breathe. When you're overwhelmed, breathe. Because every time you choose that pause, every time you take that breath, you're training your mind to stay calm. You're rewiring yourself to respond from a place of strength instead of weakness. I promise you, the more you do this, the more unstoppable you become. Because now life can throw storms, people can throw shade, problems can come left and right, and you'll still have that one weapon that keeps you steady. You'll still have that pause. You'll still have that breath. You'll still have the calm that makes you unshakable. The calmest version of you is the strongest version of you, and you'll only find that version when you learn to breathe before you break. Life is not going to let you slide through without testing you. That's the reality. There will be pain. There will be setbacks. There will be people who disappoint you. And there will be seasons where nothing seems to work the way you planned it. And in those moments, most people lose their calm because they believe pain means something went wrong. But the truth is, pain is a teacher. Pain is a trainer. Pain is not the signal to give up. It's the invitation to grow. And if you ever want to be calm in every situation, you got to train your mind to turn that pain into patience. When life hurts, the natural instinct is to rush. You want to fix it fast, escape it quick, or fight your way out of it. But rushing only makes the storm worse. Calm comes when you can sit in it, breathe through it, and remind yourself that the pain you feel is not permanent. It's preparation. The discomfort you're experiencing is not the end. It's the process shaping you. Patience is not about doing nothing. It's about refusing to let the struggle control your spirit. Think about it. Every person you admire, every person who came out stronger on the other side, they didn't do it because life was easy for them. They did it because they learned to endure. They learned not to panic when things fell apart. They learned not to quit when it hurt. They trained themselves to let patience carry them when pain tried to break them. That's where calm is built. Not when everything's smooth, but when everything is storming and you refuse to lose your composure. You see, pain will test your attitude. It will test your faith. It will test the words you speak to yourself. And if you let it, it will push you to break character, to lose focus, to let your emotions take over. But when you turn pain into patience, you flip the script. Instead of saying, why me? You start saying, what is this teaching me? Instead of asking, when will this end? You start asking, how can I grow through this? That shift is everything. That shift is how you keep calm when the pressure is on. Patience is power. It's not sitting back and waiting for life to change. It's staying steady while life is shaking. It's trusting that the process has purpose even when you can't see it yet. And when you can trust that, when you can believe that pain is not here to destroy you, but to develop you, suddenly you don't panic anymore. You stop rushing. You stop fighting battles that aren't yours. You stop trying to escape the moment and you start learning from it. And I know some of you are tired. I know some of you feel like you've been carrying pain for too long. But hear me, it's not wasted. Not a single tear, not a single sleepless night, not a single setback is wasted when you decide to use it. Pain is either gonna make you bitter or it's gonna make you better. And the difference is patience. The difference is how you carry yourself while you're waiting for breakthrough. When you can be calm in pain, you become untouchable. Because now life can't break you. People can't shake you. Circumstances can't define you. You've learned how to sit in the fire without letting it consume you. You've learned how to wait without losing yourself. That's strength most people never find because they spend their whole life running from discomfort instead of enduring it. But if you can learn to wait, if you can learn to breathe through the pain and not let it dictate your moves, you'll realize patience doesn't weaken you. It makes you unstoppable. Because storms will come and storms will go, but you'll remain. Problems will rise and problems will fall, but you'll remain. Pain will visit and pain will leave, but your calm will remain. That's what it means to turn pain into patience. That's what it means to train your mind to be calm in every situation.